wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syazali Kamaluddin and I would like to present about the introduction of my group report. So the first one is the article we have chosen by our group is about Bernas has reduced the price of imported rice. The reason we have chosen to this article is because it is related to market equilibrium, which is what we have learned in chapter 3. We will connect the article with government interference in the market equilibrium. To start, the company reported a challenging period caused by multiple external factors such as climate change, weakening foreign exchange rates, high operational costs, and regional conflicts, which significantly affects rice rates. Furthermore, India's announcement of a ban on exportation of white rice forced Bernas to increase the price of imported white rice. These developments shift the market supply curve leftward, leading to a new higher equilibrium price. This price is also supported by government. Subsidies in Sabah and Sarawak, which increase the supply due to cheaper variable costs. These subsidies increase the quantity supplied at a lower price, causing a right shift in the supply curve in these regions. Additionally, Bernas' efforts to sell rice from multiple countries such as Vietnam, Thailand, and Myanmar have maintained a stable and diversified supply chains. This strategy reduces reliance on any single supplier and protects against international disruption by ensuring that supply remains consistent even amid global price increase. Bernas helps prevent shortages that would otherwise push prices higher. Finally, market equilibrium refers to the point where the quantity of goods supply goals equal the quantity demand, resulting in a stable price. When this balance shifted in supply or demand, price and quantities adjust to reach a new equilibrium. Bernas' decision to reduce the price of imported white rice reflects such an adjustment. By lowering the price from 13,000 ringgit to 26,000 ringgit per metric ton, Bernas responds to both government policy and market demand, aiming to align the market at a more affordable and sustainable price point.
Hello everyone, my name is Irshad Ridwan bin Ibrahim and my matrix number is 20242837 and 34. So, before we talk about the main article that we have chosen, I will be telling you about the theory behind market equilibrium. So, what is market equilibrium? Well, market equilibrium is when quantity of demand and quality of supply are met at a certain price. Market equilibrium is the point where supply equals demand, which means there is no shortage or surplus and the market price remains stable. This price will only change if there is a shift in supply or demand. When market conditions change, such as an increase in demand or a decrease in supply, the equilibrium shifts and an equilibrium point will be established based on the new curves. As you can see from the image we have given below, the middle point is the market equilibrium, and the S is supply and D is for demand. P is the price and Q is the quantity. Thank you for listening to me. On to our next member.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faiz Ashraf bin Ahmad Azul Akmal and my matrix number is 2024-231 and 342. So today I'm gonna talk about the Bernas equilibrium market. The first equilibrium point E0 happens when demand curve D0 meets supply curve S0, setting the original price at P0 and quantity at Q0. Then, government subsidies from Sabah and Sarawak shift the supply curve to S1. This increases the supply, lowers the price to P1 and increases quantity to Q1, creating a surplus. Next, supply from Vietnam, Thailand and Myanmar pushes the curve further to S2. This causes the price to rise to P2 but quantity to drop to Q2, leading to a shortage. After that, a 90 million ringgit Malaysia aid to local paddy farmers shifts supply to S3, lowering the price again to P3 and increasing quantity. Finally, if demand decreases due to rising costs while supply continues to grow, the surplus becomes larger, pushing the equilibrium price even lower.
Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about government intervention, focusing specifically on market failure and the role of the government. Firstly, let me share a quote that reflects this topic well. It states, "This step clearly reflects the ongoing commitment of the Madani government through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security or MAFS in collaboration with BENAS to ensure the nation's staple food remains affordable, easily accessible and sufficiently available for all consumers in the country." This statement highlights how the government intervenes to protect essential goods, in this case rice, which is one of Malaysia's staple foods. So what is market failure? A market failure occurs when the free market system does not work effectively within given parameters, leading to problems like inefficiency or unfair outcomes. When we look at rice as an example of a staple good, market failures can happen due to several reasons. First, an increase in global premiums which raises price. Second, a supply deficit, meaning there are not enough rice in the market. And monopolistic control where BENAS holds exclusive rights on the rice import, limiting competition. In such cases, government intervention is crucial. It helps to alleviate inefficiency in the market, prevent unnecessary price burdens on consumers, and ensure that essential goods like rice remain affordable and accessible to all.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Nur Azli. My student ID is 2024277764 and I will talk about the second part of government intervention in the market, price control, also known as price ceiling. In the article, BENAS will implement an adjustment to the wholesale price of imported white rice (BPI) from RM2,800 to RM2,600 per metric ton effective 15 May 2025. BENAS reduced the price of imported white rice from RM2,800 per metric ton to RM2,600 per metric ton per government directive start from May 15, 2025. This serves as a price ceiling and a direct intervention strategy to prevent prices from rising over levels that are harmful to consumer spending. The objective is to give broad accessibility. Second, support for low-income households. Third, to prevent allocative inefficiency. And lastly, to address monopolistic pricing.
My name is Muhammad Firdaus Beruslan. So I will be presenting about the third point between the government intervention. Well, the third point is about the subsidies to East Malaysia. In this context, we refer to this existing subsidies scheme by the government. Important white rice in Sabah and Sarawak remains in effect. So, what is subsidy? Subsidy is an incentive from government to encourage producers to produce more. In this context, subsidies were given to Sabah and Sarawak. So, in order for that, it is in order to reduce effective prices for consumers in rural and remote areas, and promotes equity among Malaysians regardless of the geopolitical location with respect to the consumption of essential goods.
Let's move on to the next part, which is conclusion. In conclusion, the government plays a crucial role in controlling rice price in Malaysia, especially during times of global uncertainty. factors such as climate change, high production costs, international conflict, and export bans like India's halt on rice export have contributed to reduce supply and increase price. In response, government agencies like BERNAS adjust import strategies and pricing to ensure continued availability. Subsidies provided in Sabah and Sarawak help lower costs for consumer and increase supply, shifting the supply curve to the right and creating a new, lower equilibrium price.
For another conclusion, the recent stabilization of rice prices is supported by several favorable developments, including a stronger ringgit, the lifting of Indian export ban on non-basmati white rice, and a decrease in international market prices. These factors help improve rice supplies and ease price pressure. Through continued government support, import efforts from countries like Vietnam and Thailand, and targeted subsidies, rice prices in Malaysia are becoming more stable. This ensures that people can still afford rice even in challenging times and supports food security across the country.